on the death of a colleague. She taught theater, so we gathered in the theater. We praised her voice, her knowledge, how good she was with Godot, and just 4 months later with Gigi. She was 50, the problem in the liver. Each of us recalled an incident in which she'd been kind or witty. I told about being unable to speak from my diaphragm and how she made me lie down, placed her hand where the failure was, and showed me how to breathe. But afterwards, I could only do it when I lay down, and that became a joke between us. And I told it as my offering to the audience. I was on stage, and I heard myself wishing to be impressive. Someone else spoke of her cats, and no one spoke of her face or the last few parties. The fact was, I had avoided her for months. It was a student's turn to speak, a sophomore, one of her actors. She was a drunk, he said, often came to class reeking. Sometimes he couldn't look at her, the blotches, the awful puffiness. And yet she was a great teacher. He loved her. He thought someone should say what everyone knew because she didn't die by accident. Everyone was crying. Everyone was crying, and it was almost over now. The remaining speaker and historian said he'd cut his speech short. And the chairman stood up as if by habit and said something about loss and thanked us for coming. None of us moved except some students to the student who'd spoken, and then others moved him across dividers, down aisles to his side of the stage.